Hey guys, this is Dot1 Gaming. This is going to be another King Arthur Legends Rise video. Today's video is going to be a little bit of a more niche one. However, this was something that I personally got a little bit stuck on up until I found the right combination of heroes to use with the right relics and all of that. But the unfortunate thing is that I cannot go and do the fight again because I already beat it. It only allows me to auto clear. If you guys know where I can just go and do the fight again, let me know in the comments down below. Also, let me know if there's any other stage that maybe you got stuck on that I can try and like maybe go over it. If I already passed it, I could just try and, you know, remember what team I used, because unfortunately, let's say I go to stage 22, right, and I go to auto clear, it just gives me the auto clear. So I cannot quite remember exactly the one, but if there's going to be any other one from here on, right, from stage 33 onward, let me know so I can make a video if, you know, if you guys get stuck and you need some ideas. But this stage is a little bit tricky because this is the boss that we kind of have in the favored dungeon as well. And he's pretty difficult because, one, he hits a ton, he does lots of damage. Two, he does stuns. 3, he has a shield, so you know it's a little bit of a more complicated one. So if you look at his first skill, he does one attack, he attacks one enemy twice with a chance to inflict stun. Next one, a weird damage, 120% attack. Third one attacks all enemies. This one's the one that hits really hard, does 200% attack, you know, it can one-shot you. Then this one attacks 2 times at random. This is when he swaps the form with a chance to inflict stun. Then this one again attacks all enemies 3 times with 150%. And this is the one that, you know, charges, and then it's, you know, it's if he charges and he does this hit, it's gonna be hard, it's gonna hurt us a lot. Then he also has this when the start of the battle he gains abnormal status, which means you're not going to be able to you know, inflict any abnormal statuses on him, which is like stun and all the other stuff. Also, he gets 90% less damage from damage over time. Then he has this one, well, every 5 turns, if you hit him, he gains a massive shield. And then this one, when, you know, when target dies, charges attack gauge by 80%, but this one does not take effect, right? Because it's only him. It's only him, so there's not a... I don't know how this one affects it. However, the main problem is the damage that he does, right? He does so much damage that it's pretty difficult to sustain that and then also do your damage. So pretty much the team that I used was going full on support with just one single damage dealer. Okay, so the best way to show you is, I guess I'm gonna go to the next floor, and this was the team that I used: Bodwin, Sarah, Isolde, and then I also used Anguish. Now I'm gonna just again, I cannot show you the fight unfortunately. However, I can show you because I did it on full auto, right? I didn't manual it. I just set the right skill orders, and this is how I had it. Anguish, 3rd skill and 4th skill. Isolde just doing her 2nd skill to keep healing us, because again, I told you we were getting a ton of damage. Then Sarah, I let her do whatever, okay, because, well, she, most of the times she does the right stuff, or sometimes she does the 4th skill, which obviously is going to charge our vigor a bit, so that kind of helped me. But again, if you don't want to do it like full auto, you can always manual it and just use the bigger heals when you feel like you need to do that. And then we have Bodwin. For Bodwin, I actually chose to only do the 2nd skill because this one has a chance to land the attack decrease, which can be helpful. He can land it twice, right, if you proc the 40%, so the boss is going to have a ton less damage done. But also the reason why I chose to do this is because I needed that extra damage, because the only one that actually hits in my team is Anguish. I don't have a better hero built that has a Frost Relic, right, that can do some damage. My best DPS are Kay or Tristan, you know, I have a Ban, but I don't have him properly built yet, so maybe it would work with Ban in here. But pretty much that's why I chose to go with Bodwin, just using his 2nd skill, because that one hits, and again, it lands attack penalty. However, if you have a stronger DPS instead of Anguish that you can bring into the fight that has a Frost Relic, then you can let Bodwin do whatever, because obviously doing his 3rd skill as well would help, as he brings sheer damage, he brings defense increase too. And also the reason why Bodwin is so good is whenever there's an abnormal status, which are going to be those stuns, if they land on us, then there's a chance, right, that he cleanses that, and then he also puts defense increase for 1 turn on all of our people, so that can be pretty helpful. But this was pretty much the team that I use. Now, I guess let me show you the builds of them that I had, because, you know, it does matter, because sometimes you might have the same team, but you might not have the same stats. Now, let's go over the builds. So, I guess let's start with Bodwin. He is a 2-star Ascended, level 59, skill ups there's just one over here in this passive, so it's pretty much instead of a 40%, he has a 50% chance to remove the abnormal status. Then when we're talking about his what's it called, his equipment, he's running a vigor and life set. You see that I have like 3 and 4 star builds, so it's not like, you know, fully 5-star or 6-star or so strong. Total stats that he has: decent HP, good defense, some attack speed, and then effect accuracy. This one's a bit too low, right? I would prefer to try and get it higher so that he has a higher chance to land that attack decrease, which, you know, sometimes it does get resisted. But obviously there's still lots for me to improve because I only have 3-star. If you have a better option, of course, a better defender that maybe brings some hits and also cleanses the stuns, then that could be even better. Then we're talking about Relic. I have it 4-star, level 30, and then 2-star Awakened, and obviously no skill up in this Relic. Then the next one that I used in the team was Sarah. I used it on her Frost Relic as well. No skill ups, 4-star, and then level 30. Then if we look at her passives, I only have this one skilled up, which has nothing, right, has no effect on this fight. It doesn't help me, or it doesn't, you know, it doesn't do anything for me in this fight. She is 3-star Awakened. And then if we look at her equipment, I have her again in a vigor set and then also in defense. So her total stats mostly focused on HP, defense, some attack speed, and nothing else honestly matters in here. You just want her preferably to have as much HP as possible because the healing that she does scales off of her HP. Then what else? I already showed Relic. I showed the passive. Chivalry. Oh yeah, she is no Chivalry. Baldwin had Chivalry 1. This is the one that gives defense increase whenever he procs that passive. That cleanses the abnormal status. But honestly, most of the time, this one is not as effective because it's only for 1 turn, unless the boss gets another turn. But most of the time, the boss hits, lands the stun, he cleanses it, everybody gets a turn, and by the time the boss hits again, nobody has the defense up anymore, so, you know, it's not mandatory. It's not mandatory to have this for Chivalry. Okay, let's move over to the next one. The next one's gonna be Isolde. She is a 2-star. She has 2 level 2 in Chivalry. That brings her a bit more recovery and a bit more healing on the basic skill, but she doesn't do skill 1. As I showed you, she always does skill 2. Then if you look at her stats, for example, she does have 1 level up here and then 1 level up here, but this one doesn't affect it as much because this is mostly about removing damage over time, and the boss doesn't land that, unless I missed it, right? So this is not as important. Then if we look at her equipment, she's 4-star Awakened, obviously level 60. Equipment, again, Vigor set plus life. Total stats that she has, again, decent HP. She does have some effect accuracy because this is the build that I use on her to do Gorgos, so that's why she has these stats. But normally, you don't necessarily need to have specifically Isolde or specifically Sarah. You basically want to do the same type of team. Your best 2 healers that you have Frost Relics on, because obviously having everybody Frost means you're going to take less damage from the boss that is Fire. Okay, so that's why I specifically went with Frost on everybody. Then the last one is going to be Anguish. He's running a Vigor set and then 2 other random pieces. He has really good HP, decent attack, decent defense. Like, you know, he's one of my best built on my account, but again, it's not perfect. There's still lots of improvements. He does have high effect accuracy because, again, he's all about the damage over time. And what he has a 4-star Awakened, right? Then he's level 60. I did manage to land 2 skill ups over here, so this means that every time he does his skill, he's always going to have effect accuracy and attack increase. This is going to be really good, which means you don't really need to do any other skill. Just A3, A1, and you're going to be perfect. Now, Chivalry, I do have him Chivalry 8 because he's the one that I invested heavily in. Most of my rare, what are they called? Rare memory stones, I just invested it into him because I knew I was going to use him in most of the dungeons, right? Even though most of the dungeons have 90% less damage taken from dot, he's still powerful, right? He brings that multi-hit on the A3 that helps, which is going to be perfect for Penvid or some other stuff. He can do some decent damage, and, you know, that's why I went all in on him. Then when it comes to his Relic, it's a 4-star, level 30, no skill up in it, and that's pretty much it, right? This is the team that I used, and this is what got me past this stage. I was farming it because I need to get more of those statues so I can awaken her, right? I was lacking the pedestal, sorry. So now I can awaken my Sarah. She's a 4-star awaken now, woohoo, more stats. And I said again, I went to the fight, I saw that it's difficult. I managed to beat it, and I said, you know what, if I got stuck in this fight, I'm quite sure a lot of you out there will be stuck maybe on that fight, so that's why I made this video. But again, if there's gonna be any other stage that you feel that's a bit more difficult, it's tricky, and you cannot really pass it, let me know in the comments down below, and if I see that there are several people talking about the same stage, I'm gonna make a video on it. But anyway, this is gonna be it for today, guys. Thank you all for watching. As always, if you do enjoy my content, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel to see when I upload next, and I'm gonna see you on the next one. Peace, love, take care, everyone. Bye, guys.
Fight with honor. Vanquish the wicked, and you may prove worthy of your legacy.